Welcome to Diabetes and You. My name is Lauren. I'm a registered nurse, and I'm presenting this information to rural individuals who are suffering from type 2 diabetes. The goal of this presentation is actually to reach those who are in the elderly and youth category because oftentimes they get forgotten, but they are sometimes the best advocates they can have for themselves. The most important thing to remember about diabetes, especially type 2, is you are not alone. It is estimated that nearly 400 million people worldwide have type 2 diabetes, and up to 15,000 youth are diagnosed with diabetes in a given year. So this really means you're not alone. One of the great things we will go over today is knowing who to call when you think you are alone. Having a support system is vital, especially in areas where there may not be as many resources. For example, if you go to places like Dallas, Texas, you'll find that there are many nurse educators, diabetic educators, doctors, nurse practitioners, and so many other professionals that specifically focus on diabetes. But in the area of Northeast Texas, we don't have that many resources, so it's important to understand what it means to have your own. Find your support persons. Your support person may be a close friend or a family member. It may be someone who has the same unique identifiers as you, like someone else that has type 2 diabetes, but they've been doing it longer than you. It could be a friend you met at the doctor's office. What's great about your support person is it can be anyone. You don't just have to pick one, you can pick more than one. And you'll find at the end of this session a handout that you can use to stick on your refrigerator. I call him the Diabetesaurus, and he is your support form so that you can actually show people who your support people are and that they can call them. Once you find the Diabetesaurus handout, you can go to it as your cheat sheet to help you always have the support person information on hand. Print it, fill it out, and place it on your fridge. Things you want to remember when choosing your supporters. Number 1, this person knows you. You don't want to pick somebody who has no clue who you are or how you feel. You want somebody who actually knows you because, frankly, they're the ones that are going to be the support person. They're going to be the person that when you can't support yourself, they're holding you up. So it's important that they know you. You need a person that cheers you on when you're down. Having diabetes is hard. You have to make hard choices from what to do, when to do it, how to exercise, how much water you're drinking, what foods you can eat, and sometimes that means eating foods that you don't really want to eat or turning down foods that you'd rather have. So you really need a person that cheers you up when you're down. This person needs to be someone who will help you find answers. You can't have a person who just says, well, I don't know. That's not going to help you at all. So if you need support and someone simply says, I don't know, that's probably not the right support person for you. This person needs to be one who isn't afraid to speak up for you and sometimes to you. You'll want this person to be able to say, do you really think that's the right thing for you to eat right now? Or, hey, have you checked your blood sugar lately? And when you find a practitioner or a person and you feel like they're not listening to you, this support person needs to be the one that you can take along with you, whether it's your mom, your dad, whether it's your daughter or your son. All of those people can be support persons. But just remember, it doesn't just have to be them. Support persons can be any person that you know that will fill these shoes and is able and willing to do it. Sometimes it may be your neighbor or your best friend. Simply pick the support persons that you know are right for you. After you have support, you need to know when you might need support. Most persons with type 2 diabetes need help with 3 major things: low blood sugar crises, high blood sugar crises, and food, because it's a choice. First, we're going to tackle low blood sugar crises. You need to know the signs. Are you having a funny heartbeat? Are you tired? Shaky? Pale? Anxious? Sweaty? Hungry? Irritable? No, this is not the Snickers commercial. You aren't hangry. You're hypoglycemic. That's just the fancy word for low blood sugar. So when we say, let's go low, how does this low happen? Sometimes, if you take insulin and you don't eat, your body might not recognize it, and you will get a low blood sugar. This can be scary, but if you know the signs and symptoms, you can take care of it quickly. Another reason it might occur is simply because you did not eat, whether you take insulin or not, because carbohydrates, which produce glucose, are actually the energy for our body, and without them, we can easily slip into a hypoglycemic situation if we have a tendency to do so. Once you know that you're feeling this way, and you recognize that it's not you being just hangry, you want to take some action. So if you start to have mild symptoms, there are two things you can do. Number one, call your support person. The reason you want to call your support person first is because if you are home alone, or perhaps you're in your room alone and you need to go get your support person, that way, if your blood sugar continues to fall before you can take further action, there's someone who's already aware that you're feeling just a little bit odd or off. Just tell them, hey, I'm having some symptoms. I don't know what it is for sure. I'm about to check my blood sugar, but I want you to know that I'm having these symptoms. That way, if something continues to go in the direction that you wouldn't want it to go, there's someone there and available to call 911. So that's low blood sugar in a very short nutshell. Next, you want to think about high blood sugar. You need to know those signs as well. Needing to pee a lot, dying of thirst, can't see, is it getting blurry? Do you have a headache? Are you hot and dry? The little saying goes, hot and dry, sugar high. You might actually have hyperglycemia. How high? High blood sugar can occur when you have eaten too many carbs and your body is producing too little insulin. It can be a life-threatening situation that can lead to serious events, just like low blood sugar. So just like low blood sugar, the first thing you're going to do to take action if you start to have mild symptoms are the two things that we mentioned before. One, call or contact your support person, and then check your blood sugar. In each case, there are ways that your doctor or your provider has told you to handle either high blood sugar or low blood sugar. If you have any concerns about how to handle them, there are many resources on the American Diabetes Association website, as well as the International Diabetes website. Both of those locations have great resources for helping you understand when and how to take action. Last but not least, let's talk about the nutrition beast. One of the hardest parts about type 2 diabetes is nutrition. Not only is it hard, it requires a lot of self-control. And if you are anything like everyone else in this world, it is hard to have self-control when you want or crave something. A portion control handout is available in the links. It will help you understand what a serving size really is. On top of servings, you must also think about the amount of carbohydrates you consume, because these are the fuel found in food that your body converts to sugar. Too many of these and too little insulin can cause you to be too sugar high or hyperglycemic. No matter how you look at diabetes and you have to understand that knowing how to support yourself is one of the most important things you will ever learn. Once you find and you keep a support person between the two of you or three of you, you can actually begin to find your new normal and embrace the changes that you have to make so that the diabetes doesn't become you, it's simply just diabetes and you.